Our top story tonight, some going down in November.
Wars, spending.
There has got to be something big a-brewing.
They're using geese to guard prisons in Brazil.
Does Biden know what
Immigration
Mexico
policies.
is? Would you scare Joe Biden? What are we laughing at?
I think Billy Mays was real.
I'm a world-class skeptic.
I don't know anything about Hunter Biden. I don't know who's big into cocaine and laptops. Why is that our problem? Complete, absolute incompetence. Like, who funds the news? It's a freaking inside job, man. That the entire world's a stage and everything's fake.
Welcome back to another episode of Touch Me Tuesdays on the Veritas Road. Carson hanging out here in the studio with John. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Tonight, I feel like what I imagine somebody would feel like after they ate, like, I don't know, a roasted pig anus that's been sitting out on the counter for a couple of weeks. Like, that's how I'm feeling. But we're going to do this anyway because we're committed to giving you guys good content. That's what we're here for, because we love you guys. And you're important to us. So just know you matter to me and to John, don't they, John?
Also, yeah, I'm here. Sorry. I think all this is working. I could hear you on Twitter.
I feel like there's a little bit of an echo, but maybe I'm just hearing that. We switched over to StreamYard, guys. We're also testing out a bunch of tech nonsense right now. So,
I don't know. You did hear an echo last week or last time we did this.
You fucking asshole! You gaslighting piece of shit! You told me there wasn't one.
No, I said you heard one the last time we did this.
Oh, and there wasn't
completely
one.
non-existent.
Oh,
there was
never
like
mind.
10 people who
I
said
take
that we
that
didn't have
back.
one. I heard that. That was very aggressive.
I thought that was your admission of guilt, John.
No, I was refuting your hearing of an echo. I do not believe we have one.
Excellent.
So
thank you, guys. Who just we got a chat. What'd they say? I can see these now.
You can.
I can't fucking read it from here, but
Well,
I can see it.
Very sad because that's very big.
Yeah. What did it say, John?
It said, I think this is Nick said, doing it for the love of the game and respect it.
That's right. Thank you, sir.
How can you not read that?
Love you too.
This is a 40-inch TV you're looking at.
It's these damn sunglasses. They impair my ability to see or read, but I've started wearing them, and I feel like I have to keep wearing them now.
Okay.
Because that's what I do. But anyway, we're here. We're not queer, and we are about to get this ball rolling. First things first, I guess we should address this now as opposed to later. Yeah. Murph is taking a little step away, so we're not going to be seeing him for a little while till he comes back or not. So sad to see him not be here. I was going to say sad to see him go, but love to watch him leave, but that sounded a little homosexual. So I decided not to say that. But he's taking a step away to do some stuff he's got to do. So love you, buddy. We'll see you when and if you come back.
Yeah, you'll have us.
Yeah.
At least for the end of the year. So
yeah.
We got some good stuff planned, though.
We do have some good stuff planned.
We should probably plug that now so we don't forget.
Hell yeah. So we got Austin Picard coming on to talk about the Delphi murders. I believe that's this coming Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday the 24th at 7 Central.
Sweet. And then who are we talking to the 30th? I know we have somebody else coming on the 30th.
I think we'll be on Grey Pilled on the 30th.
Okay. That's right. We'll be on Grey Pilled on the 30th. That's what it is.
I think also at 7.
Okay. So a couple of things coming up. We are excited about those. Hopefully you guys are too. So yeah, cool stuff coming. Excited to talk about these Delphi murders coming up soon. I know dick about them, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I know basically just the mainstream story. I've heard a little bit of Austin's stuff on some other podcasts. So really excited to talk to him about it and like really dive into it because I haven't really given all the true crime shit a massive ton of thought as it like connects to like broader conspiracies. And I realized I was very wrong not to do that. So we'll get into a lot of that. It'll be a good time.
Well, that's fair. And I'll probably say this again Monday, but like, I feel like I've discredited a lot of the true crime stuff because the only people who watch that are like 27-year-old retarded women. Like
Yeah.
that's 90% of the people that watch true crimes shit or like serial killer stuff. Why? I don't know. Because they're the only bitches who are afraid of getting murdered or raped on the way. Maybe that's why they're afraid of. I don't think any of these people are actually getting murdered or raped. They're just scared of it because all they do is watch true crime. I think that's the real problem. Learned something here tonight.
Okay. I don't really know what to say to that. So
you don't have to say anything, John. You think it's correct or you think it's incorrect?
I mean,
I'd like to know what you think
feel
about
like
that. Actually,
the true crime, like all those podcasts are listened to like stay-at-home soccer moms. I feel like it's probably older than people in their 20s. But yeah, I don't know.
There are a bunch of those women that listen to him too. Yeah, and shows like Call Her Daddy, which is just dumb as fuck.
I have no clue what the hell that is.
It's just a bunch of girls talking about sex. That's all it is. That's all it is. Anyway, let's jump right in to our agenda for tonight. First things first. I can't see the dang Google Doc anymore. I have no visual cue for what we have going on.
That's a problem. I didn't think of
that.
We'll have
to work on that.
I'll have to fix that.
Yeah.
What do you want? Do you want to start with the doc or do you want to start with?
Go ahead and start out with the doc.
Okay.
I think the first thing on the doc was something to do with gay marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you've heard about this, John, but there's that whole hullabaloo about like the idea of gay marriage potentially getting overturned, like the right to gay marry or whatever people are trying to do out there.
Yeah. Okay, give me just a second. This is not wanting to go to my screen display.
Okay. Technology, folks. I mean, I was just gonna keep talking.
Well, I mean, keep going. I linked this the other night before we started and it went away.
Guys, we appreciate your patience.
So
we're workshopping some new shit. So this woman, just to give everybody a little bit of background, I don't even know what, if anything, you guys can see, but this woman, who was like a county clerk or something, a gay couple came in wanting to get married, and she said, no, because of my religious beliefs, I'm not going to give you guys a marriage certificate or whatever. And so they sued her for emotional damages. They were awarded, I think it was like $240,000 or $270,000. Nice. They were awarded somewhere between like $240,000 and $270,000 worth of attorney fees, and then another $100,000 for emotional damages. Which I don't know if anybody's ever been to a gay wedding, but that's not paying for dick at a gay wedding. Those are fancy as fuck. But who needs $100,000 for emotional damages from somebody saying, "Oh, you're not getting a marriage certificate"? That alone is insane. But I think, and maybe I'm misinterpreting this article, so if anybody else knows more about this, please let me know. I think this woman was at least temporarily imprisoned as a result of this. And, the government can fuck off and do what they want. I don't really care about what the government says about marriage, generally speaking, but imprisoning this lady for taking a stand for what she believes in is a real problem if that actually happened. I mean, that is such a big step towards some kind of like authoritarian, who the hell knows what, that it's genuinely terrifying. And I'm reasonably sure, I don't think it was long. I think it was like a couple of days, maybe, that she was dragged off to prison. But if she goes to prison at all, that's way too far for simply like expressing her religious beliefs. And that's what the lawsuit ended up being all about, was this whole idea of like, do you have the right to have religious beliefs as an actor for the government? And I think the conflation of like government versus individual priorities is a real problem there. And so you have to allow people in those positions to, at the very least, all this lady did was take a step the fuck away. And so to sue her for having a spiritual belief that keeps her from being able to give them a marriage certificate is such a problem. Like, it's just more, I'm a victim, I'm offended, liberal gay ass bullshit. And they've been parading this around the media. And I think this is the biggest problem with it, is it's been all over the place, and it's taking up space in people's minds, in people's consciousnesses. Is that consciousnesses?
It would just be consciousness.
Would it be?
Yes.
What's the plural of consciousness?
Consciousness?
Okay. Is that true?
I mean, it sounds correct. English is a terrible language.
It is. But just the fact that it's taking up real estate in people's minds right now. It sucks that this lady got fucked over by this couple. But the way they're covering it in the media, making these folks out to seem like victims, is just insane. Any thoughts on that, John? You have a libertarian bent to you?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually what caused me to, I think I was the one who put this in the doc. That caused me to kind of think about this, because it's like I came through the whole truth conspiracy movement through the kind of libertarian Ron Paul kind of ideology.
Yeah.
And that they would very much say, live and let live on this.
Right.
But I have started to actually debate if that is the correct way that, people who stand in truth, stand in, be Christian values, if that's how it should be dealt with. Because if you think about back in 2012, 2014, whenever this Obergefell decision came down, the dissent to it from all of the old boomer right-wing guys was sort of hysterical Alex Jones. It's like, they're coming for your kids, they're going to come for your kids,
right?
And you look at it and
they're coming for your kids.
They had a point.
Yeah.
They were a little bit extreme, but they had a point, because it's now your 6-year-old has to go and watch some dude dress up like a woman and gyrate while they're trying to learn fractions, and I don't know if the live and let live attitude in terms of this is actually is working.
I think from a personal standpoint, you're absolutely right. Insofar as if you want to look at it from a purely Christian perspective, right? Especially as far as the new law is concerned, New Testament ideology, it's a matter of letting people know very peacefully and in love, hey, this is not good. We need to move away from this. We need to work against this, right? From a government perspective, though, that's where I start to wonder, is it appropriate for the government to step in? Because I don't think the government we have is a legitimate government by any stretch of the imagination. So what right do they have to say shit about what anybody does? That's where I look at that as a personal responsibility thing for the people in that community. Now, granted, community pretty much everywhere across this nation that's in towns that have more than 300 people is royally fucked. Everybody's living in some bullshit apartment building, spending as much time alone as possible, jerking off to the cold light of a TV screen. So there is little to no community to address those situations, but that would be the ideal in that scenario, right? Is the community gathering together and saying, hey, we're not going to stand for this, right? Any response to that?
Yeah, but the problem is you get the crap like this is now the government is forcing those who don't agree with this to affirm it,
right?
And that's true. Where I'm struggling. It's how do people like us actually deal with this issue? Because it's the church has failed miserably,
right,
at dealing with this. So I don't know. I'm struggling with having a concrete opinion on how to address this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one, and there are a million angles to come at it from. Other than the fact that, hey, that's bad, don't do that. But yeah, I think you have to address something like that with a little more nuance than that. But I mean, yeah, you're right. It's difficult, and I don't know how much more I have to say on that, other than it's kind of fucked. And you're right about them moving the kind of moving the I don't know, the yardstick, moving the damn needle. And so hey, you get the right to do X, Y, or Z. You get, and now we're going to have parades, and now we're going to have parades with nudity. And now we're going to have people, dancing half naked in front of your kids. Now we're going to have trannies dancing half naked in front of your kids. Now it's mandatory that your kid shows up or they hate America. It's just this constant pushing of social boundaries. And it's sick people that are doing it. Absolutely disgusting, sick, vile people who are saying, hey, I want to go, dress up in drag and read to your kids. The fuck is wrong with you? But when the government gets involved, they're going to absolutely say, this is a right people have, and it's very important that your kids see this lady with a cock read Go Dog Go. It's very important that we do that. It's very important. It's just so royally fucked. Okay. I think I've gotten out everything I needed to get out on that. And now, well, I don't actually feel any better. I'm still cranky, but we can move on.
All right.
Absolutely move on.
So
all right. What else do we have in the Google Doc?
In the Google Doc, we have this video about Rogan's alien.
What the hell was that? I didn't put that in there.
I put that in there just as something. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it. If you want to go and like dig in a little bit to all of this again, just seemingly rise of alien crap. We've covered that a couple of times the past couple of weeks, so we can skip it if you want.
Let's skip it for the time being. We'll come back to it.
You put something in here.
Is it the Canada thing?
No, it is. Here you go.
Excuse me. Oh, yeah, that's why I put it in here, because this isn't kind of in keeping. Well, I was ready to fucking move on, and now we're right back here where we started.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's a video on this actually, so we can go play that video. There's a senator from, I think it's a senator. Is it a senator? Some kind of state official from Michigan who could not tell this man how many genders there were. Fucking ads. It's one of those things where, like,
It's still not gone.
it sucks.
This is long.
It's one of those things. This video is one of those things where, like, I don't know if you've ever been somewhere and something is going on around you where you look around and you're like, this cannot be happening. This cannot be a real person's actual response to something. This has to be fake. This has to be staged. This can't be real. And I mean, I don't really think this is really. This has to be straight up bullshit. But I mean, let's listen to it now that we got it up. Good.
Yeah, Nick just said he can't hear this.
Son of a bitch. Nick, thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, I should have read that quicker.
Appreciate it. All right, so we're going to have to play this over again.
Okay, we're not doing that because it's horribly boring. So just give your thoughts on it.
So, since nobody could fucking hear that, we have like a senator asking, I don't know if it's like the head of the Board of Education in Michigan or what, like, hey, how many genders are there? And there's just dead silence. Complete dead silence. She looks at him and she says, well, there are many different people who have many different opinions on that. And then he asks her again, how many genders are there? Because science says there's 2 or whatever. And so why are you teaching kids, that there are, 4,700 fucking genders or whatever in your curriculum? Why are you making that a mandatory part of your curriculum? And she says, and this is one of the things that got me and one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this, because they always sneak these nonsense terms into the media on these, and they always find their way into the vocabularies of regular people who want to stay the fuck away from this stuff. She said, what was it? Gender diverse kids are bullied. Gender diverse kids. That is some like Orwellian mind control bullshit if I've ever heard it. Your kid's not gender diverse. Your kid was probably traumatized because mom's a bitch and dad's a cuck and doesn't work and beat the family. That's probably why your kid's so-called gender diverse. It's like asking, why is my kid autistic? Not because, you know, they fucking like it, but because mom got a few too many jabs in the baby. It's the same kind of question. This isn't a natural occurrence, for one. It's not, it's gender diverse kids. That's a thing. It's not. It's not a thing. There's no diversity. Little boys and little girls bully each other sometimes. And you know what? It's kind of healthy. My boss told me about some kid ding-dong ditching his house, and he looked at me the other day and he was like, you know what? It gave me hope for the future of America. I was like, damn right it did. Son of a bitch. Damn right it did. There needs to be more of that. Bullying is not the worst thing in the world. But that being said, why are we still, like, you were absolutely right. You give them an inch and they take a mile. You give them, you know, marriage and whatever fucking rights they want. Now we're putting gender fluid fucking curriculums into like elementary schools. We're not talking about like 16 or 17-year-olds probably even. I would imagine we're talking about like young children who are horrifically impressionable, whose parents should ideally be at that school board meeting pitching a fit. Yet your government deems that this is something that is somehow important for the social development of your child, for them to be a good person, for them to have some kind of nonsense social credibility. They need to learn about gender fluidity. Okay, you got to change the gender fluid once every 3,000 miles. Fuck off. Fuck off. I haven't changed my gender fluid in a while. But it's starting to permeate curriculum. It's starting to permeate culture, and not even in the big cities. It's starting to slowly make its way out into rural communities and, quite frankly, bullshit places like Michigan. Nobody wants to go there. It's terrible. It's cold, and the people are mean. Any thoughts, John, before we move on?
Yeah, I mean, you summed it up pretty well. It's just, it's weird how this ideology just buys people in, and like it has like a weird way of like just love bombing these kids who are just kind of searching for an identity, right? And then just kind of, you know, giving them that, and like in a special way you can also be a victim in it. And it's like it's so pervasive, and it's, you know, it doesn't seem like it's going away. And it's just like, that was kind of my point in bringing up the whole gay marriage thing, is like the whole live and let live strategy that, like, you know, people in the truth Christians have taken on this, right, is not working, right? And the approach has to change of how you would like stand in the truth and address this, because it is one of the most perverse things that is happening to kids in this country. And
not just kids, like there are a lot of adults who are getting fucked over by this too. I mean, kids are an easy example because everybody gets all emotional about children, right? That's why everybody loves to talk about kids, not in like a creepy way, but like because they're so emotional, it's easy to say, well, if you love your kid X, and who's going to argue with you, because you look like an asshole if you argue with that statement, right? But it's fucking adults too, like the kind of people who were affirmed in these kind of beliefs, so to speak, end up with severe mental disorders. These are the kind of people who end up addicted to drugs, who end up addicted to like psychoactive drugs, things like benzos. These are the kind of people who end up self-harming. These are the kind of people who end up killing themselves. these are the kind of people that happens to. And so the war for these children isn't happening trying to make them fucking inclusive on the playground, trying to make little effeminate Timmy feel good about the fact that he wants to put on a tutu and play. I was going to say something terrible there. I'm glad I stopped myself. But bad a little. Inclusion on the playground doesn't look like that.
Right.
Making these kids healthy and feel good doesn't look like that at all. What it does look like is providing them the tools and space they need simply to like express and learn and figure out without pushing them into this weird, like alleged gender dysphoria space, which who the fuck came up with that term needs to get shot. That's insane. Yeah, I lost my train of thought because I was going to say just some terrible shit about little Timmy. So we're going to need to move on.
Glad you stopped there.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Yeah.
That would have probably gotten us taken down.
Yeah.
From somewhere. So we can move. Speaking of, actually, speaking of a lot of these children who are having mental health disorders or adults who are having mental health disorders. For parents who are having disciplinary problems with their kids, for parents, I mean, you've seen, the parents who, little Tommy is just acting up at Walmart and they threaten him with like, hey, I'm going to take away your PS5, you little son of a bitch, or, hey, you're not going to get any Yu-Gi-Oh cards if you fucking don't calm down, you little asshole, or you're not going to get a Snickers. Well, now they can threaten them with euthanasia in Canada. That's a thing that they're doing in Canada now. We've added children to the lists of people who can self-euthanize in the great 51st state of Canada. They're beginning to push child euthanization. Tell me we're at the end without telling me we're at the end. I mean, what kind of messed up country is Canada turning into? They speak French. I mean, do we really expect anything better than this from people who speak French? Let's all be honest with each. I don't feel like we did. But this was so alarming to me. The whole euthanasia thing was alarming to me. And I mean, look, I get it if, for people who you're going to like take off life support and just let them peacefully live out the rest of their lives, that's one thing. Euthanasia is another. That's a problem. And so, yeah, that's really all I had to say on that. John, any thoughts?
I mean, it's just this is why I think I might have put this in here, but I didn't really actually read the art, like this tweet at all. Like people suffering from depression, autism, and veterans seeking PTSD.
It's like little shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's freaking crazy. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I guess this is where like once you like give over your agency in healthcare, this is its ultimate end. And like this is where it goes to, is to where you just have some centralized faceless authority just deciding if you live or die. Like this is wild.
I mean, to talk about socialized healthcare, like at what point do we reach the decision where whether or not you live or die depends on whether or not the government feels like they can afford your continued healthcare? When is euthanasia going to come like a part of the healthcare system in Canada? Because that's kind of the way they're looking at it.
No.
Is, hey, you're costing us too much money. Let's just put you in a happy pod. You'll be happy and you'll you won't wake up. That's going to be the end of that. It's so sick, so twisted, so creepy that this is becoming a thing. I never thought I would see a day like this. It's insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. And the fact that they're pushing to add kids to this list is outrageous. Like, I can't fathom that. Like, what kind of blue-haired twat sat in a meeting with other people and said in front of other people, let's add these kids to the list? That's outrageous. All right, so now that we are all depressed and sad, let's talk about Kash Patel's hot girlfriend suing, what's his name?
Oh, Elijah Schaffer.
Elijah Schaffer, yeah. Because she's not a Mossad agent. Because that's what you do when somebody says, hey, you're a pussy, you just sue them because that makes you look like not a pussy.
Yeah, I've never understood why people like think that that's such like a powerful move. It's like you'll be hearing from my lawyer. It's like it sounds kind of gay. Like it sounds kind of gay. Like especially if you're a guy who
Yeah.
says that, like in an
Right.
like you're gonna hear from my lawyer. It sounds a little gay.
You're gonna hear from my lawyer.
Yeah, like why do people think that that's such a power baller move?
Money. It's probably the money because lawyers are expensive. I bet that's what it is. But you're right.
Yeah.
It does sound, especially for a dude. You scratch my truck, you'll be hearing from my lawyer. You're gonna fucking hear from my lawyer. You scratch my big truck, I'm gonna send you pictures of my tiny dick on your phone. I don't know why. Yeah. So I just can't think of anything that screams, hey, she's actually a Mossad agent more than them suing them for saying that.
Yeah, for $5 million, no less.
Yeah. And like supposedly they can't come back into the country because old Kash Patel has said like, hey, we're gonna apprehend you if you land back in the US.
He got doxxed. So I believe he got doxxed where his phone and address got put online. And so he like fled to El Salvador or something.
A weird place to flee to.
Yeah.
Who's leaving and going to El Salvador?
I don't know. El Salvador's become the shit for a lot of right-wing people.
Has it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to learn more about El Salvador.
Yeah, all I know is they started killing a bunch of drug dealers or something.
I mean, sometimes you gotta behead a drug lord, you know? There's been so much about his I mean, she's super hot, to be fair. She is super hot. But is there any reality, John, in which she's not a Mossad agent and dating Kash Patel?
Oh, don't want to get sued, so I will make no commitments, but I think it's pretty obvious what's going on here.
I mean,
and it's
come
just
on.
like it's just wild. Like I don't see like if the political system works the way that we are told that the political system works. I don't know how like Kash Patel doesn't have a brain and be like, hey, this is going to look really bad on me.
Right.
Like, how are you that stupid?
Yeah.
Are you that stupid to be like, I'm going to sue like one of the biggest, like Elijah Schaffer is one of the bigger voices in like the independent media space. It's like, I'm going to sue him for a crap load of money, or my girlfriend's going to sue him. I'm going to sue him.
Yeah.
For a crap load of money just because he insulted me.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not, like, if this works the way we think it works, how do you not see how bad, like optics wise, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. So I don't get it.
And the public backlash has been insane because everybody's like, wow, you're obviously an insecure bitch. Like that's what the public thinks.
Yeah, like
So-
what's your damages from this? I don't like, how has this cost you $5 million out of your life?
Yeah.
This just is ridiculous. I don't understand. I really don't understand the play here.
I don't know. I don't know what the greater play would be. Is it power? Is it trying to like move the narrative one way or another? I mean, what could it be? I struggle to figure out what that could potentially be. But I mean, yeah, you're right. It's hard to really fathom what he could gain from, because Kash Patel doesn't need $5 million. I'm sure that probably won't make that big of a difference to him. So what is he really gaining from telling this guy, oh, you'll hear from my lawyer, with his big weird, he's got such weird eyes. What did he see as a kid? What uncle showed him their cock? I mean, he must have seen some horrible shit to look like that.
I don't know.
It's terrible. You should not walk around. Have some you have enough money to have plastic surgery, Kash Patel. I'm begging you for your image. Okay? You look like you ate too much spicy curry. Fucking stop it. Okay? You look like your asshole's burning from having spice level number 5. Stop it. Just get some plastic surgery and fix the problem. Thank you, buddy. All right. What else do we have on the Twitter?
I mean, Dave Ramsey is turning over in his grave, and he's not even dead yet. If you've seen
about these Trump mortgages,
these these freaking 50-year mortgages are coming down the pipe, and like freaking 15, or what was it, like 15-year car loans, something ridiculous like that. Dude, if you can't see, like, this economic system is coming to an end, because I saw this.
What? I can't see this shit,
I'm pulling it up.
Sorry.
This will get quicker as I learn how to do this better. But Fannie Mae's dropping its minimum credit score for home buyers starting in November, and new system will weigh full credit profiles instead of enforcing a minimum cutoff. This seems eerily similar to something that happened about, 16 years ago?
Housing market's about to crash.
Yeah, and like, I don't know how people can't see that this can't sustain itself. It just cannot sustain itself for too much longer, because it's like, you're going to start, like, we might already be there, but you're starting to where it's like, is all people going to leave behind for their kids just debt? Like, you take on a 50-year mortgage when you're 25, 30 years old, right? You never build up any equity in your house. Most people will move after 10 years.
Right.
And so all they're going to be leaving behind is a house just covered in debt. Like, we're leaving nothing behind for the next generation. And that's not sustainable. It's just not. And I don't, like, this can't last very long. It just can't.
Something's shifting. And you see the residue of it in the financial system. And I mean, you're starting to see the effects of it in cities like we live in. People are selling their family farms of hundreds of years sometimes and moving into fucking Nashville, or they're selling their family farms and moving to another state because the land here is worth a shit ton. When that bubble bursts, right, you're going to be taking out a 50-year mortgage to get a postage stamp yard for your family, and you're going to have nothing to show for it by the time you die and pass that debt on to your kids. And so, I mean, it feels like we're careening towards, like, these 50-year mortgages, these 15-year car loans. Everybody loves to talk about that. What was it, like 2030 video that the damn yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of. The damn video they put out from the World Economic Forum, this whole idea of you'll own nothing and be happy. Exactly right, whoever posted that. I can't see your name, I'm sorry. But it feels like we're careening towards that, closer and closer every day. And it's this shift away from owning things, but even, like, what scares me more than that is the way that affects, and Tim Dillon actually had a really good, like, rant about this, but it's the way that affects your, like, relationships with other people, and through that, your relationship with, like, spiritual things. This idea of you have no place to go anymore. You have your sad little, 2-bedroom apartment that you go home to. You don't want to have community because nobody wants to, you can't have a fire in your backyard. You can't, have a family. You can't have your fucking kids, grow up in a place like that. So you're not going to have a family. You're going to have the odd one-night stand, and you're going to wake up and go home and be sad, right? You're not going to have friends over. You're not going to have a community, because who would, living in a high-rise in fucking New York, right? It's not going to happen. You still owe money on your car, right? You might be able to save enough money to buy a house, but guess what? You're going to be in that mortgage for 50 years, so what's the damn point? Like, we're careening so quickly towards this terrifying image of these, like, sad incels sitting alone in their apartment, and you're going to own nothing, but you're going to be fake happy about it.
Yeah, it's like this leads down to a road of vanity really, really quickly. And is like, to that point is like, all of these, MAGA people love to, like, shout about, oh, BlackRock's going to be buying up all the homes. It's like, you're going to be renting forever. It's like, what do you think this is?
Yeah.
Like, this is just them doing it to where you maybe don't notice it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, they're just using a bank to do it. It's like, what? You're just going to be renting from the bank forever?
Mm-hmm.
That's all this is. It's wild. And it blows my mind that, like, this was able to get put out into like the political culture and really just not like there wasn't like a freaking Occupy movement again.
Yeah.
Like this is insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. It really is. And the collapse, it doesn't even feel that slow. The collapse of the financial system robs you of like your ability to do work and get value for it. And so it robs you of your ability to like produce out there for you and your family. If you don't have a self-sustaining farm, what are you gonna you're kind of at the mercy of whatever's going on here. And I know it's kind of a bleak image to put out there, but I mean, I don't know about you. I get tired of all these people saying, well, just go have a fucking farm. Go get off the grid. It's not that simple. Like Owen Benjamin, love you. It's not that simple. Unless you want to take me on as your kid and I'll come live with you, I'm more than happy to do that. Right? I'll kiss your bit, whatever you want. But like, it's not that simple. It's just not for most people out there. And so what is Joe Sixpack gonna be able to do? And so I think what it means at the end of the day is coming up with better solutions for how to get the fuck out. And quite frankly, I don't know what those are. And sure, yeah, a self-sustainable farm or whatever, getting the hell out of the system is the like ideal end all be all goal. But how the hell do you get there? Because you're sure as hell not going to do that working your 9 to 5 anymore. Good luck buying land working your 9 to 5 anymore. So what are you going to do to make, and I just don't know. I'm quite sure there's a way. I don't know what it is. And if anybody has an answer, this is my cry for help. So please feel free to drop a comment. We're here all night. I'm listening.
Yeah, I mean, the first step is you kind of have to realize that, hey, like the American dream of the 80s and the 70s is gone.
Yeah.
This is what it's turned into. This is what it was always intended to turn into. And you've got to realize, like, hard stop. Like, and it's really important, like, for people who have kids, right, to kind of instill these values in them that the American dream that maybe, obviously, if you have kids now, probably not. If they're young, probably not that you experience, but your parents maybe experience. That's not real anymore, right? That's been done away with. And like, you know, somehow, I don't even know how, but somehow it's like setting the next generation up to pursue something that's not that, right?
Yeah. It does seem to be where they're headed, and I don't know what direction they're being pushed. I mean, there's a lot of push for like, I want to be famous. I want to be an influencer. I want to do this or that. And that's like the goal now for a lot of kids, where I feel like it used to be like, I want to live in suburbia and have a family. And that's slightly less depressing. Hell yeah, Nick, you're right. You're exactly right. We are living in a Great Depression that does seem to be worse than the last one. And I think that holds up when like economists look at it. I'm pretty sure that's legitimately true.
You're going to be able to read that screen.
Yes, for the time being, we're going to have to fix that. Or I'm going to have to stop wearing these sunglasses, which I've gotten used to wearing for these.
That might not be a bad idea. But that just blows my mind that you're that blind. It's a big TV.
It is a large TV, but these make it to where I can't read it. I'm sorry, John. I don't know what else to tell you.
I mean, I guess I'll turn up the brightness.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
I'll turn up the brightness on it next time.
I don't think that's going to fix anything, but I appreciate the thought.
This frustrates me.
Real fixated on that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So anyway, the American dream's fucked. That's pretty much what we've said. I don't know if it's the optimist in me. I still believe there's a way to like self-actualize out there. I just quite frankly don't know what it is, or a lot of days how to pursue it.
Yeah, I mean, 100% there is. The problem that I think a lot of people run into, and it's kind of where I'm at currently, is like that looks very, very radical and very, very strange to pretty much everybody around you.
That's true.
And
it does.
Like if you like start to try to go down a road of like breaking free from this pursuit of this false American dream that we're kind of set up to go for as kids, it becomes very isolating for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it stops them, kind of dead in their tracks. And it's like, I think having like, that's the first hurdle you've got to, get over is, you've got to figure out a way. And it's very, very difficult. And, it's something that I'm battling with a lot right now, is like figure out a way to just be looked at as a little crazy and that be okay.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. And just to maybe, I don't know, to me, I think you're right. I think it is very isolating until it's not. Because like that initial reaction from the people, if you've lived a pretty regular life, is going to be unpleasant, quite frankly. You are going to be isolated. You're not going to be able to, go have those, conversations with your old bros like you used to, right? It's going to be isolating until you reach the point that either people's perception of you changes or you stop giving fucks about it sufficiently enough that you start to draw the correct people in, right? And so I think, it is very isolating. I mean, I'm right there with you, dude. I'm also, it is super isolating, I think, until it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a massive, massive hurdle, but I think it means you just have to keep engaging with those good things as you should, right? To keep pushing in that direction until you reach a point where you can find whatever community it is you're looking. But yeah, you're right. It is. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough. So yeah, subprime mortgages and really shitty car loans. The economy's fucked, and you have nobody to thank for it but your government and probably ourselves somehow. And that is unfortunate. But we're going to get out. Anyway, what else is on the Twitter?
Let's see here.
Yeah, what else we got?
I think the last thing that I think we dumped in here is probably all this, quick touch on some of this Epstein crap that's going on. So let me see where to start.
We got that Pam Bondi one at the beginning, I know. So they're supposedly shit.
Apparently that can't be heard on stream. I got to figure that out. So
they're supposedly supposed to be releasing the Epstein files, but only to like a select group of people, and they get to decide like who needs to know and who. Stop talking about it. It comes out in the news every so often, and I can't remember who it was that made this point. It might have been you. It might have been Murph, but like. It's just a grab for people's attention. Why are we still talking about it? Why are we still addressing it? We're never going to get these alleged... they're never coming.
Yeah, there's a
like my girlfriend on a they're never coming.
Okay. You got a point there. Is like, the House voted today to, force the DOJ to release all of this Epstein information. And then see on Twitter, as it goes to the Senate, they've amended it to basically where, the AG gets to decide what gets disseminated and what doesn't. But it's like, you've definitely got a point there to where it's like, if you've been paying attention for the last few years, it's like, why are we waiting for them to tell us what we already know?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point in that? Like, we know what went on there. We know who's involved. Why do we care what, they finally decide to tell us?
It's I don't know how it still has as much attention as it does from the public, but you are absolutely right insofar as we're all aware. Like a bunch of billionaires and a bunch of really powerful people fucked a bunch of kids, did a bunch of satanic shit, right? Why are we worried about some documents? They don't matter. Pizzagate. We all know they're ordering weird, like, slimy hot dogs. Fucking fresh hot dogs or whatever. Fucking Obama is into trainee chefs or whatever he's into. Michelle Obama has a penis. Trump was buddies with Epstein. Bill Gates likes him young. All right. We're all aware of that. So why is it so motherfucking important that we get these damn documents? They're not going to change anything. They're not going to change anything. Exactly. Exactly. Whoever the hell you are. Thank you, Greg. You're a wise man.
That's egregore observation.
Never
That
met.
is
Never
a
mind.
long ass name to assume Greg out of it, Carson.
Thank you, egregore observation.
That's one of the worst ones. That's one of the
Exactly
worst
right.
things I've ever seen.
My bad, bro.
That's a
My
long
bad.
name. Thank you, Greg.
I'm very sorry.
Jeez, dude.
I saw Greg. I saw egregore, and I saw the Greg in the middle, and I was thinking, Greg.
It's like I looked at the middle. I looked at the middle of that word and just said that. Like, what in the world?
I looked at the middle of that word. It looked like Greg. I said Greg. Acidophilus. Acid. Yeah. Sorry. But you're absolutely right. Like, documents coming out isn't going to change anything at all. And why we keep like sucking the dick of the media to try to get something out of them, I don't know. They're never going to give it to us.
No.
And so it's just a tool to like keep the public on a string in a weird way. So I think it's just best to just drop the damn thing, and we can write them all off as kid fuckers. It's not that complicated. Like, they're all demonic, evil, satanic pieces of shit. So why are we so? Who's on the list and who? Guess what? They all fucked kids. They're all into Satan worship. What else do you really need to know? Is it going to make you feel better to know that, like, to
know they admit to it?
Right.
Like, that's a good point. It's like, what, like, is it, you just want them to admit to it?
It's so weird.
Still just continue on with what they're doing?
Yeah. Like, it's not going to change anything.
Is that what we're waiting on? I get you there.
And so this weird cry for these files just seems kind of meaningless to me. I get it. Like, you want the truth to come out. This is America. Fucking CSI, JFK, Ronald Reagan, Donald Trump. But they're all doing it. I'm not saying make your peace. Son of a whore. I'm not saying make your peace with it.
Yeah, we got to change that mic stand.
We're getting new tables. We're gonna fix that. But they're all doing it. Documents coming out isn't going to change anything. It's just as disgusting and depraved as it would be if there wasn't a pretty piece of paper telling you that Trump touched a 12-year-old. Like, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand the continued outcry for let's see the files. They're all on it.
Yeah.
It's going to have an imprint of Pam Bondi's tits right on the page.
Okay.
That's what's going to be on there. And so I don't see why it's going to make a difference. So don't take out a subprime mortgage on your house. Don't trust Bill Gates. And for heaven's sake, don't let somebody lock you in a pod in Canada.
And rip to the penny.
Son of a bitch, John.
Sorry, I was scrolling past that.
Just,
they stopped manufacturing the penny.
They did stop manufacturing the penny. They had a sign about it at Walmart when I was forced to go there last week. Slowly winding this down and just rip to the penny.
Well,
RIP to the penny. It is sad, and it does speak like on the subject of the financial stuff. Like, is it not weird that these 50-year mortgages, these 15-year car loans coincide with us getting rid of the penny? Is that not strange?
No, I mean, not at all. It's just showing the further degradation of the system.
Yeah.
Right.
Odd.
They've devalued a portion of the currency to zero. So
essentially,
that's kind of what that is.
Right. That's exactly what
you know. So
we've sufficiently made your cash, your time, worthless enough that the smallest unit is now too small to matter. How does that feel? Do you feel good? I feel good. I feel good about it. I feel good knowing that that's the case. I feel good. I feel good. All right. Is there anything else on the Twitter document so this doesn't happen again?
Sorry. I have a habit of reading out loud. Nothing that. You want to talk about this $2,000 terror dividend or leave it?
I mean,
I stuttered there.
I don't know how much there is to say about that.
Not
We're
really.
all allegedly going to get $2,000. It's like the damn
any videos for some reason. So
Yeah,
we can
we'll
leave it.
we'll fix that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not
I had a
worried
couple
about
of videos in here that I wanted to play, but I can't get the audio through. So
it. We'll talk about them later.
I will leave one of them for next week because it's hilarious.
The Trump one?
No, it's this freaking sketch that Owen Benjamin did.
Oh, I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm sure it's fantastic.
I'll leave it for next week though.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, tried to give you guys a fun ending, but then we talked about the penny. So
Yeah, that's on me. My bad.
I'm sorry that your time is worthless now. Don't go get a 15-year car loan because you're not going to be able to give your kids anything. But just know, as you go out into the world and go to your coffee shops and your whatever you do for work and whatever you do with your time, the isolation maybe will end at some point if you just get weird enough to attract the weirdos.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna leave you guys with.
We should do some plugs.
Yes.
Again.
We're getting there, John.
Oh.
Good heavens.
You were taking a while.
I'm sorry. So check us out on all the socials. We are everywhere. We will be doing this again every Tuesday now that we're getting back to regular streams. Don't forget this coming Monday, the Delphi Murders with Austin Picard. And then on the 30th, we should be doing Gray Pilled, which will be a phenomenal time. Looking to get some more guests on sooner rather than later. So if you folks have any ideas, feel free to shoot us an email, drop us a chat, send us a DM. What else? Am I missing anything? Check out our Patreon. There is more content coming there soon. Egregore Observations. Thanks for hanging out in the chat tonight. You too, Nick.
Yeah. You also William Ramsey is someone that I would like to talk to. I missed your chat earlier tonight. But we're definitely going to have him on. I've heard some of his stuff, and he's an interesting guy.
Sweet.
And again, also JC, thanks for hanging out. I missed his chat as well.
Nice. All right, folks. Well, yeah. Thanks for listening. Check out the Patreon. Check out the YouTube. Check out the PayPal. Check out the website that we don't have up yet, but we're going to get that up eventually. All right. Am I missing anything?
No,
I feel like that's it.
Follow our Twitter.
Yeah, follow the Twitter. It got blown up recently.
Yeah,
we're slowly rebuilding our following.
Veritas Road Pod.
Yeah,
so check it out.
Yeah, we're at the Veritas Road everywhere, or the Veritas Road Pod on Twitter.
Yeah, that's the only difference. So be sure to check it out
because the Veritas Road doesn't exist anymore on Twitter.
Yeah, they just have not responded to any appeals, and
spam.
It's almost not worth pursuing it anymore.
We were spamming.
I own premium through like the 3rd of December, so I might give it one more go. But other than that, it's probably just time to build this one back up.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.